Students, welcome to the second session of the online class of the chemistry part. See, in the previous class, we have discussed the definition of the atom, history and theories of the atom, and the discovery of the subatomic particle electron. And in this session, we are going to discuss the discovery of the nucleus, which means the central part of an atom. Okay, let's start. The first slide we have the discovery of the nucleus. See the first point. In the year 1910, Ernest Rutherford from New Zealand performed his famous gold foil experiment under the guidance of J. Thomson. Okay. Next is he set up an experiment where positively charged particles were fired at a very thin gold foil in an evacuated chamber. Okay. Next, see a circular fluorescent screen was placed behind the gold foil to detect the alpha particles. Now see what is alpha particles. See, alpha particle is a helium nucleus. It consists of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. It does not contain any electrons to balance the 2 positively charged protons. Therefore, alpha particles are positively charged. So, we came to know that alpha particle is a nucleus of an helium element. Okay. So moving on to the next slide, we have a video about the gold foil experiment. See, while performing the experiment on radioactivity, Rutherford bombarded fast-moving alpha particles on a thin gold foil. This one is the gold foil. He observed the reflection of the alpha particles with the help of a screen. Now, according to Thomson's atomic model, an atom consists of a positively charged sphere with electrons embedded in it. So Rutherford expected that almost all the alpha particles will pass straight and only small deflections will be observed if there would be any. However, Rutherford got totally contrasting results. From his experiment, he made the following observations. Firstly, most of the fast-moving alpha particles pass straight through the gold foil. Secondly, a few particles passed through the foil and slightly deflected. Thirdly, occasionally a particle bounced back. Okay, so these are the observations. Based on his observations, Rutherford derived the following conclusions from his experiment. First is most of the particles went through the foil in a straight line without being deflected, which means the atom must consist of a lot of empty space. A few particles passed through the foil and slightly deflected. A positively charged mass in the atom caused some of the alpha particles to be deflected due to repulsion. Occasionally, a few particles bounce back. The positively charged mass in the atom is very small, heavy, and is located somewhere at the center of each atom. He called this mass the nucleus. Okay, so this is the video about the gold foil experiment. Now see Rutherford's observations. What are the Rutherford's observations based on his gold foil experiment? The first one is most of the particles went through the foil in a straight line without being deflected, which means the atom must consist a lot of empty space. Okay. A few particles passed through the foil and slightly deflected. A positively charged mass in the atom caused some of the alpha particles to be deflected due to repulsion. Thirdly, occasionally a few particles bounced back. The positively charged mass in the atom is very small, heavy, and is located somewhere at the center of each atom. He called this mass the nucleus. Okay. Next is Rutherford's planetary model of atom. So based on his observations, Rutherford constructed a model of an atom. So first one is Rutherford postulated that an atom has a nucleus at the center, which is a dense mass of positively charged particles. The electrons move around the nucleus. Next, He compared this model of an atom to a mini solar system where nucleus is like the sun and the electrons are like the planets revolving around the sun. See this image. Here the sun is the nucleus according to Rutherford, and the planets revolving around the sun in a particular orbit are the electrons according to Rutherford's observations. Okay. Next one is we have C. But he failed to answer what prevented the electrons from falling into the nucleus, as positive and negative charges attract each other. Okay, so this much is for today. Next, we will learn about the Bohr's atomic model. Okay, thank you.